What's up, YouTube? It's Basun here. Before we get into the video, please remember to like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel and post educational StarCraft content for the intermediate player who, wants to see what their average game might look like instead of a professional level Masters League, So like and subscribe again, and if you're enjoying the content, drop a like, please. So what I want to focus on this game is greed versus aggression. In this match, I'm actually a bit more greedy than my opponent, and we'll see how that works out for me. In Terran versus Terran, we like to start with barracks into I'm going 1-1-1, and we're going to do a early medevac drop just to scout and also understand what my opponent's trying to do, maybe distract my opponent if we can do some damage. It's not meant to win the game, but we want to just see what's going on. So my opponent does a aggressive build. He goes he's already at 5 racks at the time that his factory is dropping, right? He doesn't get his expansion. I have already a second orbital before he even starts building his expansion. So we'll see. He did come with a Reaper early on, and that's why I have we want to leave some Marines on the high ground and make sure that he can't just jump over the wall again. So we do our medevac drop, and my opponent does have a siege tank in the natural, which is very very typical of Terran to do. It just kind of protects you from any sort of medevac drop, which they might expect, right? So I kind of just dropped it and I didn't watch it. I just want a macro, right? We don't want to waste too much time behind these sorts of things. We just want to know where their bases are, what they're doing. So at this point, I know, okay, he's got a tank here. I managed to send the medevac back home, which is great. Right? It's just a couple of Marines we lost. We got information, so we're okay with that. And it's 8 minutes and 30, and let's go back here. I want to show you behind that drop. So this is where we talk about greed versus aggression. The drop is basically just to distract my opponent. Behind it, I'm making a third and a fourth, right? We were floating minerals. We still have almost 400 because these production facilities typically would be down earlier. So knowing that, we transition into a greedy sort of game. I know my opponent's probably has a bigger army, and the way we get ahead is, well, if we get a third online much faster than him, well, we're probably going to win, right? So he does shut down one of these bases with the scouting army, and unfortunately I wasn't quick enough to cancel it. So he actually does make me lose 400 there, which is not good for me, but at least I know where his army is, and then I'm able to get my army on the high ground here and protect my third. And we'll see. I quickly transferred units from my natural, units from my main, and we put them on my third. We're also rallied to the third, and we're pumping SCVs, right? So we're gonna quickly be fully saturated at this base, and my opponent's just getting started on his third. We already have an orbital. Look at that. He tries to push me. We just keep our tanks here. You'll see I load up another medevac, and we're going to send out another drop. We just want to distract our opponent as much as possible, right? We got a Marine up. I sent a scout, just make sure I don't fly my medevac over his army. Behind this, he does drop into my base. We'll see. I would like to show you how when his drop is coming in. My medevac passes his. He sends all his medevacs, and they're not even all full. If all these medevacs were full, he might have won the game, right? He sees that he's flying over my missile turrets, and then immediately jets over. I got very lucky that this medevac holding the tank is the one that dies. So he pushes my base without that tank. It would have been so much better if he had a tank right here shelling the units coming up the ramp. I dropped this. We don't want our guys to group up behind the wall. And I know, like, this army's not big enough to destroy my base. We don't want to ignore it, right? I also did a drop on his mineral line at the same time, which we did some damage. We distract him. And at this point, I just need to focus on protecting myself. We don't want to lose to some bad drop. And I do react thinking, fool me once, shame on me, fool me once, yeah, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So we react. We just build it, a couple more missile turrets because we don't want that to happen again. We don't overreact and build 12 missile turrets. We just build 3 because we know he's going to come through this same angle. So now we have an extra line of defense. I also build a couple on my third because we don't want any drops coming in the front either if he decides to just fly right over, right? So we also don't want, and cloaked units, who knows, we haven't scouted his main in a while. He could come with cloaked banshees. So at this point, we're feeling good. My opponent is getting the upgrade advantage on me, but behind my last push, I went and I built barracks, right? We're floating minerals. We would just want to be able to, on the next fight, to remax right away. We also got a 4th up, and we're going to transfer SCVs there. I scanned and saw that my opponent unsieged his tank, so I'm going to basically sacrifice this ball of Marines to kill these tanks. I want to be able to, because I know Marines are basically expendable for me, we're just going to send those in and we're going to back off. And now we see all of a sudden, this is my opponent's army. And this is mine, right? Yeah, like you can just tell we're going to win. And once again, he makes the same mistake. Look at this. He's going for another drop. He's got like 2 full medevacs and he's going for, let's watch what he does. I want to also pay attention to what I do with my main army as well. We scan, we see he's got a couple widow mines. We're going to take those out. He's gonna feel basically he knows he's lost the game once he comes in and sees that. See, he tries to come around. He deflects. He says, oh no, like I can't get in the main. Yeah, let's drop here. Well, usually I would drop a couple turrets behind the mineral line as well. I guess I just built 2 and then felt, you know what, is he really going to overcommit like that? All his medevacs do end up dying. He does kill my mineral line with this drop, but we're gonna clean this up. Let's pay attention to my main army now. So I scanned. I knew he had a siege tank on the high ground. He's got these sensor towers. He's got a little army sitting at the top. My ball is much bigger than his. I have production facilities. I have more bases. We just go for the doom drop at this point. So I load up my medevacs. I was trying to move fast. I could have got those extra tanks in this medevac as well. So I need to pay more attention. It's hard when, like, you know, you can't see what's going on there. But I didn't even notice I have 2 tanks on the ground because my medevacs are over top. But so this is what you do is you load up. You right click to the end, and then you have to click drop, so the D key, and then click each of your medevac while they're moving, and you'll just drop your units as the medevacs move. So it makes it a lot more smooth, like your army spreads out naturally. You see how I'm just dropping, and then we drop in the mineral line. I control click my siege tanks, and we go for the game-winning push here. So I make sure to stim my Marines, and we want to focus down the orbital because it's got energy and you know, he's going to be able to make SCVs from it, drop mules. So we just want to get rid of that. At least we'll know he's hurting for our economy already, and we're just going to limit that push. Behind that, we're rallying our army. We rallied a couple units here, and then we re-rally it to here. We don't want them to be able to build out or push me with like a small group of army. So after that, I lose my Marines and my tanks again, but I'm able to get all my medevacs out, right? So I fly them out. We're safe. We're going to regroup our army, and then all of a sudden, it's going to be game over because we just have the, you know, we win in the air game. Like, my opponent went double starport, and he's just not even building Vikings. Like, really, he should have made a lot more Vikings to be able to shut down the medevac game, and he allowed me to have it. He tries to push me on the high ground here, which is a mistake for him. Look how my army is spread, whereas his army's kind of grouped up. He's not in high impact payload. So yeah. Transform quickly. Yeah. Anyway, so at that point, it's game over. We rebuilt our army much faster than him because he has no production facilities. I even have, you know, more Viking. I started building Vikings after all my medevacs lived because we knew that we didn't need more medevacs. And once I take out this base, he's got nothing left, right? He has no money. He's got no more bases, and he says, "Well played," and leaves the game. So greed and aggression. That's the key here. We knew our opponent was being aggressive, but his build was a little bit inefficient. You know, double starport. He would have been better off with an extra factory if he was going to make Thors. He has the upgrades for the armor on his armory. He also built 3-3, which I'm building 3-3 right now. He got it much sooner than me. I still have quite a bit of time left, over a minute, minute 30, right? So by all means, he could have won this game, but we just had better macro in the end. We played a little bit of mind games, kept him distracted with drops. We could tell he's a little bit of a caps lock, or sorry, F2 player. My select all army is caps lock. So he wasn't able to split his army to attack and defend at the same time, whereas I was sending drops, controlling my army, and able to clutch out this game. So our opponent played well, but it's just a matter of being able to macro multiple bases behind microing the army. I do want to focus on this last push here. Something that players can learn. Basically, I do a good stutter step at this point. Slow it down. So he pushes me on the high ground. I see his army is basically done, right? So we're gonna push his ramp, and what he did wrong, I'm gonna show you how to properly do it. I see my units are bunching up on each other. I was macroing a little bit, and then we're gonna look back and see, okay, this is game over. Like, he's got nothing left. We just need to get up this ramp into his base. So you can see at this, they're still grouped up. That's when I select my army. Let's slow it down. Stutter step, stutter step, stutter step. We're gonna do another stim, and then I think at this point I just click everything, and then we go back to his base and start macroing again. But at that point it was already done. He says, "Well played." So GG. Please, guys, like and subscribe if you're liking the content, and keep following if you want to learn some more.